Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. I almost ran out of breath there. I have a little bit of a something cold, so it's I'm not feeling 100%, but let's just ignore that. So this week I am going to do basically exactly what I've done last week, but with other colors. And before you click away, let me just show them to you. And it's this. Haha. You probably knew them because I don't hide my thumbnails, but anyway, I love it. It's the same technique that I used last week with my waves, but it's just such a different result. And the dog's neighbor is barking, so I'm sorry about that if you can hear it. Hopefully you can't. And then I added all kinds of glitter and some sugar glitter, like sugaring technique on some of the things, and some metal bits, and I love it. I absolutely love the set. I really hope you guys do too, and you're gonna see it's so easy to do. So yeah, it's such an easy and quick design. And you could also, like, when you load up your stamper, if you remember from last week how it was, or you're gonna watch it today and you're gonna see what I mean, you could probably do like 5 nails with the same kind of, so you don't have to like go back and re-add gel polish. You could probably do 5 nails at a time with that thing. I don't recommend you do 5 nails. I recommend you do 4 nails and then the thumbs separate, but that's your preference. It's however you want to do it. That's how I do it. But anyway, the reason why I say that is because these are quite huge nails. Like, this is my thumb, and you can see that's kind of the size of my thumb, like the whole thumb, not only the thumbnail. So yeah, I think you could do this with 5 nails at a time if you wanted to. At least if you do 5 nails, cure the thumbs separately. Make sure you have them properly cured. Just a thought. Anyway, I hope you guys are going to enjoy today's video. I know it's kind of like a repeat of the technique I showed you last week, but I really wanted to do this to show you that you can do so much more with that technique, and like with different colors and stuff like that. So I love this set. I think it's so elegant, so summery, so beautiful, so sparkly, so everything. And I'm probably gonna also show you the holographic like properly with my flash from the camera, because the lights are not that I have are not great for hollow, but yeah, I wanted to show you the proper hollow, and I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. But anyway, I hope you're gonna enjoy today's video. I rambled on for almost 3 minutes, so let's do some nails. Really quick before we start, I wanted to ramble for a little bit longer. I wanted to remind you that you can still get my summer watercolor fruit course on an early bird offer, and that's gonna end on Sunday the 3rd, so it's basically like tonight and tomorrow. But you get so much information in this course. You get 2 bonus lessons. This is one of them. This is like salon viable watercolor designs, and then you get the 10 different fruits. It's 11 designs. I know it says 10 designs, but it's 11 designs because I couldn't stop myself at creating only one strawberry, because I love strawberries. So I've done 2 designs with strawberry. But anyway, I've done this course. I've put a lot of love in it. I've put a lot of information in it, and I really hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and make sure you take advantage of the offer. With all of that said, back to the video. I am going to start off with Whiteout from the Kirsty Meakin Gel Polish collection, and on the first nail I'm going to put 1 layer. I actually wanted to do this on all of them, but then I decided to not cover everything with the design, so I just did it with the first nail. Then I'm gonna use Cotton Candy, Adam, Vamp, and the same white, the Whiteout. And also I'm gonna use a very beat up stamper. If you want to learn other things you can do with stampers, I have a course, so just shameless plug, a second one this video. And then I'm gonna use that gel brush from Glitter Bells, and I'm just gonna start like dropping the colors. I'm first starting off with the darkest color because I wanted the least of it. I tried to put more and it just took over the whole design, which was not a bad thing, but it wasn't the thing that I was going for. So I decided to start with it just to make sure that I control exactly how much I want, so like a tiniest bit of that dark vamp color, and then I went in with the pink, and now I'm going in with the glitter. And this glitter is just so gorgeous. It just made me happy to have a bit of glitter in there. Honestly, it's so beautiful. And then obviously I'm just gonna kind of fill in all the gaps that I feel like needed to be filled in with white. I'm not gonna make a lot of sense, but you see what I'm doing. It's just kind of dropping the white wherever there's like a big gap to make sure that it's going to be like, you know, the most used color, let's say. So I'm just dropping that white everywhere, and then I'm just gonna go in straight onto the nail, and you can see that the white is mostly like the most on that stamper, and I'm just kind of pressing it onto the nail. If you haven't watched my last video, this is exactly the same technique I used, only I used different blues and I created some kind of like water effect. I don't know. I liked that. I really loved how that looked, so I thought I'm just gonna try it with something else, and I'm happy I did because this looks gorgeous. And I don't know why, but it's so shiny. Like the camera settings on the lighting and everything were just off, so I was not happy about that, but let's ignore that. And then I'm going back in with a bit of that vamp again because I felt like the bottom part of that nail needed a bit more darkness, so I just went in, and then I went in with the stamper on top. Then, as I said, on the other two nails with the design, I went in with a second layer of whiteout just to make sure that I have a nice base, because I'm not going to cover the whole nail with the design. I'm just going to cover a part of it, so I wanted to make sure that I have a perfect background. And I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm going in first with like the darkest color, and you can see that my brush is not completely clean. There is some cross contamination, but that doesn't really matter because they're all gonna like mash up together anyway. So don't worry about it too much. Just kind of wipe your brush. I'm wiping it on the silicone pad that I'm using as a palette as well, so I'm not really cleaning it. I'm just kind of wiping the excess off. And I'm doing exactly the same thing as I did before. I'm putting the rest of the colors one next to another, with the white being like the most predominant color. So I'm just doing that now. I'm filling in all the gaps here and there, and then I'm going to go in and I'm gonna kind of put this on a diagonal. I'm not gonna just put it all over the nail, you know, it's just on a diagonal. As you can see, it's kind of like a line. It does not have to be perfect, obviously. I just wanted something to kind of surround with crystals. You'll see in a minute. And then on this one, I kind of had in mind to do something that would like be a French and then goes up into the cuticles, but somehow it kind of ended up being half a heart. I did not plan on that, but I'm not mad at it, so you know. Then I'm gonna go in with the Builder Gel Eye Gel Clear from Ink London, and I'm gonna use these like rose and then the rose gold crystals, and these are from Wholesale Rhinestones, I think. And then I'm gonna use some caviar beads in rose gold, and also some of these like metal kind of bits. I'm gonna use all kinds of stuff, so you'll see in a minute. But yeah, I just, because I used the metal bits for my last design, I decided to do this and again use some metal bits, so you know. Then I'm also gonna use the Pick and Place from Ink London, and this is their like wax tool for pricking up crystals, and it's absolutely incredible. I love it. I am really obsessed. I don't know if you noticed, but ever since I bought that thing, I kept on putting crystals on nails, so you know. Then I'm gonna also use the NA003 and the cat brush from Ink London, and I wanted to show you how to make your caviar beads work perfectly. So you just pick up a bead of gel, you kind of dip it in the caviar beads, and then you put it on like a palette or something flat, and you like take them off the brush and you start mixing them in. And what this will do is going to actually cover the caviar beads into a layer of gel, is going to make them more manageable for you, and also is going to protect them. So they're not gonna, like, the finish on them, the metal finish on them is not gonna come off as quickly if you do this, because they have like a protection. Also, if you see, like, after you've finished with them mixing, if you see that they're like pooling, there's a bit too much gel and it's like pooling around them, just add more caviar beads and then put them in like a little box or something that's not gonna get dust in it, and you can keep them like that forever, to be honest. So, you know, whenever you need them, you already have them mixed, so don't worry about it, like, you know, don't worry that you mix too many. Oh my god, I can't talk. Anyway, for the first nail, I have no idea what I had in my mind, but I kind of wanted to do this, I don't know, I wanted to do two lines of crystals that don't really meet. So like one of them is going on the side and one of them is going straight forward. I have no idea what I had in mind. I'm not mad at it. It's not as good as it was in my mind, I think. But at the same time, I'm not mad at it. So just, yeah. As I said, I have no idea what I had in mind. Like, I don't know. In my mind was like, oh my god, this is going to be revolutionary. Like, this is going to be the best thing ever. And then I put it on the nail and I was like, is it? I keep on looking at it and it just, yeah. But as I said, it's not too bad. So I'm just going to go with it, you know. Then without curing, as you can see, I'm just applying the caviar beads, and I'm not doing this, I'm not letting you watch this forever, so I just kind of fast forwarded that really a lot. I fast forwarded a lot. And also I decided to not put caviar beads around the crystals that go around, because I wanted that to be like as thin as possible, if that makes sense. And these caviar beads are quite big for these crystals, so yeah, I just kind of left those without caviar beads to kind of make it look like it's thin and it's thinning out as well. Anyway, then I cured that, and now I'm going in with the velvet matte top coat, and I'm gonna also use the fine liner from Glitter Bells. That's the middle liner. And I'm just gonna use that to go around the crystals, like really close to them, because the bottle from the brush is not gonna be able to get there, especially if these would be on a client. Obviously, you have sidewalls, you have cuticle area, so fine liner would be great for you to just add the top coat in those places where you can't get with the bottle from the brush. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I am making sure that everything is like surrounded by top coat. Don't put the top coat over your crystals, especially the matte top coat, but even the other one, because you're going to take away the facets of the crystal, so it's not going to be as shiny. It's just going to be kind of like a blob there. So make sure you go around the crystals, not on top of them. And then I'm gonna use the longest liner from Glitter Bells, and I'm gonna show you here the difference. This is the middle liner on the right and then the longest on the left. And I'm gonna use this Hot Tips Beauty Metallic Rose Gold. And I'm also gonna use this Oscar from Ink London. This is one of their editions glitters. And it's a beautiful rose gold holographic glitter. You saw it already in the intro. I just love it. All I wish, because again, I had something else in mind, but then the only rose gold that I kind of had in, like, the smallest one that I had was this one, sorry. But I wish that I had a smaller rose gold glitter, just because this one seems just the tiniest bit too big for sugaring. It's not too bad again, but I don't know, I'm not 100% happy with how it came out. I wish it was like finer, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Then I'm gonna use my glitter off brush, because this is absolutely incredible, but make sure that when you do sprinkle the glitter over the top of the gel, so I applied a line of gel, I did not cure it, I sprinkled the glitter, and then I cured it twice. So the rose gold gel that I used is a 1 minute cure, and I did 2 minutes. because that glitter is gonna cover it, so you want to make sure that it gets cured. And yeah, I just used that glitter off brush to kind of remove everything, like all the excess after everything was cured. And that's gonna be incredible to use for like things like crystals like this, because it gets into like every nook and cranny. It's absolutely incredible, that brush. I didn't think I needed it, but I don't know how I lived without it until now. Anyway, for the second nail, as you saw, I just kind of put random spots of that like gel. By the way, I'm using the hard gel that I showed you in the beginning. That's what I'm using to apply the crystals on the nail. And I'm just using some caviar beads here and there to just kind of surround things, but not I'm not trying to like make it perfect. I'm trying to make them asymmetric and just kind of look a bit random. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. You can see that nothing actually matches with anything, but it's exactly the look I was going for. And then I decided to put some caviar beads just there in the corner, because I felt like that corner was a bit empty. I almost like, I ran out of breath there, I have to be honest. Then I'm just applying the matte top coat, and the same thing that I did before. I went in with my detailer brush and I'm like going around the crystals, and I'm fast forwarded this part because it's exactly the same as I did on the other nail, and I didn't want you to stay here until like tomorrow to watch me surround some crystals with some gel 15 times. So that's why I fast forwarded this so much. Then I'm going in with that rose gold again, and I'm kind of like making all of the like I'm making an outline to that design basically. So I made all the crystals kind of like meet up, and then I'm just gonna add another line on the outside there just because I felt it was a bit too empty, so I wanted more sparkle. And again, before I'm curing anything, I am going to sprinkle some of that glitter over the top, and it's gonna stick to only to the uncured gel, and then when I cure it, it's going to stay on there. So I'm just kind of gently sprinkling this. You don't have to like dump it, because when you dump a load of glitter at the same time, because of the weight, it's going to push the gel underneath and is gonna make the lines a bit like thicker, wider. But if you're like sprinkling it gently, you're gonna keep the thinness of the lines that you painted on. So don't start throwing your like half pot over the top of this, especially if it's a client and you don't want any like cross contamination. So you're not gonna reuse that glitter, then you don't want to spend too much glitter just because you like to throw with glitter around. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm moving on to the next nail, and I am making no sense at all. But again, I'm using some of those like metal bits. I bought these on Amazon, as I said in the last video. I bought these on Amazon maybe a few years ago, so I have no idea, but I'm sure you can find them anywhere. I highly recommend to maybe get some that are better quality, because mine are not that good quality. But I'm kind of trying to look around right now for some really good quality ones to see if I can like recommend you guys something good, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm kind of like shopping around to see, because they are worth it. You buy a pot and you're gonna have it for years, so why not spend a bit more and know that they're actually not gonna lose their color, they're not gonna lose their shine, they're not gonna become black like some of them do. So yeah, I am looking for some good quality metal not implements, what do you call it? You know what I mean, the metal bits, those. Anyway, I'm doing the same thing with that matte top coat, and I'm surrounding all the crystals and all the metal bits. And don't put the matte top coat should not go over the top of these like metal bits, because that's gonna matte them out. So unless you want that, don't do it. But over the top of these, you can actually put shiny top coat, so that's gonna really help them stay shiny for a little bit longer, but they're not gonna stay shiny forever, especially if they're like cheap like mine are. And then I'm just kind of, I added some lines with that rose gold gel just to sprinkle some of that glitter because I think it's beautiful. And again, my camera doesn't really pick up the holo on it, but it's so holographic. You're gonna see in a minute, because I did film a bit with my flash, so you're gonna be able to see how holographic it is, and it's gorgeous. Then for the last two nails, what I would pair these nails with, maybe I would do only one and I would do the rest like this or something else. I just wanted to give you an idea. So one of them I just kept with that cotton candy and that matte top coat, and I just kept it simple. And then the other one I am going to show you in a second. So this is how that looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm gonna use this glitter on brush for the other one. So I applied 2 layers of cotton candy. I cured both. I cured them only for 30 seconds each layer, so it's full cure, but I don't go over that 30 seconds because then it's gonna become less sticky. So after you cure it for 30 seconds, you take that glitter on brush and you kind of like dip it in the glitter. You can see that I'm patting it down. I just want the glitter to be on the nail everywhere, like even, and then I'm just brushing it off, and you can see that that flattens it and it gives us this beautiful holographic kind of look to it. If you feel like it's not flat enough, like it's still a bit bumpy, you can always go with your gloved hand and just buff it even more, but don't put a lot of pressure on it because you're gonna start removing that glitter because it's just held by the sticky layer, which means that it's not secured into place yet. And now if you feel like this needs a little bit more, like if your client is like very heavy-handed, or if this would be on like a gel polish, I would recommend you putting a layer of base coat and then a layer of top coat. If it's just on tips like I'm doing it here, just put a layer of shiny top coat and you're done with this design. And you can see how beautiful they all look with the flash, and that holographic is absolutely gorgeous. They're all done now, and as I said before, I am in love with them. I really love them. They're perfect for summer. They're like such an easy way to create a design, such an easy way to create a complicated looking design. And you know, your clients are gonna love this. You can do it in all kinds of colors. Just make sure you kind of like write down what colors you used, because then, you know, if a client wants something, sees something on your wall or wherever you like display it, then it's going to be quite hard for you to recreate it because these kind of blend together. So just make sure you know exactly what colors you have on, and yeah, I'm sure your clients will love it, so give them a try. And I would love to see more color combinations from you. And you know, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
bread and butterflies.
Oh, yes, of course. Hmm?
Forward,